First, I want you to calm down. I want you to take a step back. I know that it's going to be hard to fathom. I know it's going to be just unrealistic for you to really understand what has happened and what is about to happen. I want you first to be conscious of the device that you're listening on or you're using. Please be conscious of this device. This is not a device that was grown from a tree from this planet. It was assimilated. It was put together. It was thought of. It was created from another race, possibly another being. I know you don't want to believe it. I know you don't. And I know that you have been wondering, how does your car drive, and how are buildings made, and how are airplanes flying, and of course, there's a process. There's a process. One, let me get to this first. There is a difference between a white person and a black person. There's a difference. There's an obvious difference. History has already shown the division. Now, what Martin Luther King has done is casted a dream. He put a generation of colored people into a dream. Not their dream. Only because they wanted to become hosts are they able to dream this dream. This is the American dream. Okay? America stands for conquer and divide. That's what it stands for. Listen. White people have never been the problem. There have never been a race war. Never. That shit is an illusion. The illusion is cast through education, what they call knowledge. Think about it. Or really, you don't have to think about it. Matter of fact, I think you should just stop thinking. Okay? And just see it for yourself. Look, every day you go to work, every check you sign, every contract, every lease, every time you pick up a dollar bill, every time you swipe your card, every time you decide you want to go on a trip and you apply for your passport, all of this shit has one thing in common. It is controlled by a system. A system that is very, very discriminating. You don't hear me. It's very discriminating, but it has a candy wrapper over it. So it's easy to accept. White people have never been a problem. European never have been the problem. In the black society, or brown society, or African society, or whatever you want to call us, whatever you want to call us, niggas, whatever, monkeys, you can call us whatever. It has never been a white or any other race issue. Now, it has been racist. Let's get that understanding. That understanding is a racist means that you hate your own kind. You are jealous of your own kind. You are spiteful of your own kind. Now the universe, what the universe did, and the universe always operates on safety switches. It does not allow negativity to live long. It allows negativity to form, become what its perk or being or whatever you want to call it, and then the safety switch kicks in and positivity leads. If you just don't know what positivity means love. If you don't know what love means unconditional, emotional positivity. Unconditional, emotional positivity. That means without a doubt, throughout any situation, between you and your brother, you and your mother, you and your grandmama, you and your sister, you and your whoever. That means that through blood, your positivity should be unconditional. No wavering. It's hard to fathom. Because somewhere there's an entity and a force that is separating and dividing people's positivity towards each other. There's a force. You could see that force plainly, but this force is always ignored. There's things that we could live without right now. There's things that we could live without. Okay? One is money. We could live without that. But you can't fathom that. The person next door of me, they can't fathom that. The person down the street on my job, they can't fathom that. They have no idea. Two, you can live without guns. Why does guns exist? Let me give you my reason of why guns exist. One, guns are what you call a suicidal instrument. It is only to be used for suicide only. This tool probably have been used way before we know it. As a matter of fact, the only way it can become a suicidal instrument is because, one, you're only supposed to have one bullet in it. It only supposed to come with one chamber. This is how the invention, quote, invention or discovery of guns began. When gunpowder was introduced, and all of a sudden, now we have projectiles being used, added to this gunpowder. Now, who knows what gunpowder was for? I can imagine, though, it could have been used for only starting fires, creating an element. No, that's not what's going on today. Today, we're taking and adding chambers to a tool or instrument that is mechanized to kill others. Now, I have a question. If you believe in God, if you believe in the Almighty, in the universe, tell me something. How is it that it is so easy to take someone else's life other than your own? We're talking about the most precious gift that was given to you was life. There's no such thing as fucking thievery of materialistic things on this planet. None of this shit belongs to us. We're only borrowing it through this life that we're living today. Nothing belongs to us. Nothing. If it came up out of the planet, if it came out of the fucking earth, it does not belong to you. It belongs to us. It belongs to us. The effort that is put in all these mechanisms and this technology, the effort in the beginning was fucking free. It was free of wage. It was voluntarily done. Now, when the fruit has been labored diligently, all of a sudden, this made up shit payment, rent, bills, money, it's an illusion, an illusional fucking religious state has somehow came over this world. Not the planet, but the world. The world is damaging the planet. It's taken away from the planet. It's taking the spiritual. Everything spiritual about this planet is taking it away and terraforming it into something fucking totally different. That me personally, I could barely live off of. I could barely live. It's not about the money. It's about what this planet provides has been taken, and somehow there's an illusion of, oh, I'm supposed to pay for this. Wow. Are you serious? I say that because this is where jealousy sits in, into your own race. Racism kicks in. It's because one sibling or a parent is jealous of each other and starts to go in on each other to the point we're using guns to kill each other. A tool that we never had no dealings with inventing. or going through the process of. Somehow we get our hands on them through who? Who else? But it's not like it's forced. It's voluntary. When the entertainment system kicks in, Westerns, it makes people feel as if they're powerful, as if I want to be John Wayne. Okay, now John Wayne was a fictitious character. Or let's even get more fucked up. Scarface. Scarface brought in a new era of new type of guns. John Wayne brought in a new terror of what type of guns also. But while we're sitting here just watching these movies being hypnotized even more, putting deeper into a dream, guns are being made right behind our backs. All types of guns, all types of weaponry is being made right behind our backs. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, even the media, and I see someone with a gun on their hip, it puts me in a warning state, which makes my life feel uncomfortable at that moment, which I think definitely, birds and, nature really doesn't have to live off that type of system, so it doesn't have that type of warning. It's all about survival. So survival makes you love life even more. But if you have man-made warnings, that adds more to the fucking survival. Now you got more shit to deal with and worry about. And the way the system is projecting right now, a white man with a gun goes into a grocery store. This is what the media is putting out, and this is what the conversation is all about. So people, it's when you start communicating with people and they have seen this type of bullshit, it's like the conversation veers to that, and then people go back to racism, and you think it's a black and white issue, but it's not. It's not a black and white issue at all. It really is not. That person, whoever did that, hey, I don't really think they were, of course they were not in their mind, but I think they were instructed. Just like a pastor talking to a congregation. I think he was instructed because one, the gun in his hand, how did he get it? Nobody ever, and I never heard nothing in the fucking media about what's the name of the guns that people are shooting other people with. Like they never announced, John Ration shot LS Jean with a Wilson 949 12 gauge. You never hear what type of gun, or you hear the type of gun, but you never hear the gun maker. Nobody ever wants to know who are the gun makers. Like these motherfuckers need to die by the gun. Seriously. They are making a living off death. And that's not my fucking dream. That's not my dream. My dream is not that. And because I am here at this time witnessing this shit, dude, let me take 1 second. Let me take 1 second to think about what I just said. So I thought about it. The cigarettes, that's a decision everybody makes every day to pick up a cigarette for the rest of their life or during their life. Light it. Take a puff. not even think about where the tobacco was made, how it was made, who is making it. Never think about it. It's not even a thought. But you use a natural element to start the process. Now, from my understanding, a lot of gun makers and cigarette makers, especially cigarette makers, have ended up getting like lawsuits through on them, except for the gun makers. The military is unnecessary. That's three. We can live without the military. We don't need a bunch of motherfucking assassins roaming within the population. As you can tell, this is the effect of military. Because the military exists, the way it exists is because you see the effect. It hurts more than it helps the population in itself. It hurts itself. It conflicts within itself. I mean, just the concept of military conflicts within itself. When you think about it, it lives to die. It exists to be covert. It's a lot of bizarre shit that's going on that I have been witness to. And when I really look at it and I really examine everything, none of this shit we could live without. We can't. We are able to live without money, guns, military, anything that is forceful that has a death cost behind it. Like, we as a population, speaking of my own, speaking for my family, I'm speaking for any family that wants to see this planet in its prosperity, really be abundant. Like abundance, this word it exists, but it's an oxymoron in the way the world works. It doesn't make no sense in this place, but it gives people something to live for because it does exist. It really does exist. It exists, but not for everybody. And the only way abundance is gonna be fulfilled is because it has to be for everybody. Everybody have to be free of all this man-made shit. The law needs to be fucking torn the fuck down. The law needs to be torn down. It does not need to be thought the fuck of. Nobody, the only reason the law exists is because they keep putting up shit. They keep adding shit to our lives to make our lives more bullshitty, more overpopulated, authoritized fucking system. It needs to be motherfucking torn the fuck down with this shit. I'm looking at the fact that as black people, we are the ones who invented this slavery shit. We conflicted. Only thing it took was a spark. It only took a spark. It only took a spark from another race to introduce something into our dimension that is foreign and does not belong in our dimension. That fucking all should have been tossed the fuck out, should have been destroyed, should have been took back to where the fuck ever they came from. Whatever it was, one felt like the other was more powerful than them, which gave inferiority complex, which is a domino effect for all types of shit. As you can see, the media is just, it does not, it adds on. If you can reach 1 million people, if you can reach 10 people at one time, then you have what you call superficial spiritual powers. And how do you do that? You take certain elements from this planet. Being knowledgeable of this through no distractions, you take elements from this planet and you combine them together and you have this right here. As black people, we are the ones who kill ourselves. And we do it because we're copying something that has nothing to do with us. Even if you were born in America, black, and you still have certain types of other genes inside of you because of this migration thing, it does not matter. What has overruled is your melanin. It's your melanin that has overruled and made you separate. It's the texture of your hair. It's the fullness of your skin, your facial structure. Just because, another race has the same type of ears we got, that doesn't make them the same thing. We're not the same thing. We're different. And you really got to fucking use your common sense. Use your common sense, dude. How you know you black? Like, seriously. Before we got here, before black women started jumping into the beauty supply store, whew, that is sad. Black women in hair supply stores. Oh my God, man. It is scary. It is scary. It does not, to me, no longer really, it does not appeal at all. It does not appeal at all. And I know that there's some, line crossers who think that this is fashion and this is what you should be doing and this is the impression that you should be giving to others so they can make mad dashes into the hair supply store. And it is fucking creepy. It's creepy. It's creepy. It's creepy. Black women, you can tell, have lost their way. They no longer think, first of all, that they're black. They think they're Barbie dolls. Weird shit. Oh my God. They think that they're Barbie dolls. Wow. Think about that. The same exact hair, synthetic hair, that was given in a certain generation. Like, the system is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. So Mattel decides to improve on their voodoo doll, because the first voodoo doll, the first advanced voodoo doll, it got discovered. Let's put it like that. It got discovered. And the effects from this voodoo doll is, listen, when a little black girl holds a white doll in her hand, that doll takes her soul. It takes her soul. It takes her soul. And that doll is being transformed and created into an actual being. Wow. I don't think you caught that shit, really. Like, the doll became alive, but it needed a sacrificial lamb. And it got sacrificial lambs because, let me tell you, the broadcasting at that time was being, wow, it was being improved on. Because by the time the actual Barbie doll came out, this doll was looking just like a human being. It was shaped, all that shit. It was a figure. Only thing it didn't have was the cuts. That was it. And had that been the case, then I don't think most little black girls would have took to it. It looks too real, because the family, the parents have to approve of it. And if the parent feels like it looks way too close to my wife's boobs, then my daughter's not going to take it there, because she already see my wife's boobs. She already know what she looks like. But this right here is a teaser. It's a hypnotist. It makes the child wonder. A little boy sees the same fucking doll. He picks it up. He's going to take off all the fucking clothes because he wants to see the details. But if there's no details, it still leaves him wondering, so he puts it down. Now, unlike a female that takes to it, she picks it up, she sees the details. As a matter of fact, she's comparing the details to her details. Now, if she sees that her details have not formed yet, but this doll that she's picking up is the closest thing that she could look at that makes her feel like this might be her in a couple of days, in a couple of minutes. It could be her at that moment. So she never takes the clothes off of the doll. She puts it on. Everything that she thinks of, that she wears, that she could have worn or she wants to wear, it does not matter. She fantasizes as this doll. This has been happening for generations to generation. Now, let me tell you how it happens, though. Okay. So the last doll look all puffy. Looks like a cartoon doll in the world. In other words, they held on to that doll for as long as they could, to the point where they made the doll piss. They made the doll piss. And then they started making the doll talk. Like, they held on to that shit. And they was using Mattel. Okay? Mattel. And whoever owns Mattel, I don't give a fuck who these people are. I know they raised enough money for the NRA to do what the fuck they're doing now, and that's keep making fucking guns. Women fall asleep. Black women. And their sons are being used. For what reason? Women don't see it. Black women don't see it. They have lost their way. They don't see that their sons are in trouble, and they put them there. They don't see it. They don't see it. They don't see the fullness of life. They don't see the whole life. They have no whole life. They study trying to fill shit in it like it's a hole. Trying to put shit into the hole. And you can't do that. There's bad consequences for that. And you will soon see. You will see this shit. And I know, the entertainment system makes people feel as if, hey, they don't see it coming. Talking about the real life women, black women out here that I see every day coming into my shop and shit, and I'm looking, I'm like, wow. Ooh, that dude got, I don't give a damn how much money you got, he got issues. He got issues. Ooh. And the man is looking at this and he thinks that this is okay. He thinks that this is his prize. No. That's unacceptable is what it is. It's unacceptable. I want you to do one thing. I want you to look at Uncle Tom's Cabin. I mean, really examine this movie like you're a movie maker, like you're an editor, like you are an actor and you want to act. Look at this movie in that perspective and that perspective only. Don't look at it as slavery. Don't look at it as white and black. Please do not go that route. Because I'm telling you, if you look at it in that manner, you're not going to last 15 minutes. You're not going to last 15 minutes in the movie, dog. It is worse than a horror film. And it's floating on YouTube. So you can watch it for free. But if this movie ever hits theaters, oh my God, this shit is going to be mad. It's going to drive the industry stupid. I mean, if they really keep the original cut shit, they really keep it, and they roll the motherfucking film, and people actually go out and see it, my nigga, please. Let me tell you something. There's some black people. Matter of fact, I was told by a famous jazz musician, Milkshake. What's up, Milk? Listen, he told me, he said, you don't need to worry about the white people. A lot of white people are going to try to help you in your situation or whatever. Whatever you want to do, they'll try to help you. It's your own kind you need to worry about. And I know it's hard to think about it and fathom that. But look around. Look around at the place that you're working right now. Check it out. Get that brother shit, sister shit out your head. Get that shit out your head. Real brothers and sisters, if you are a real brother and sister, you will attract that. And if you are becoming one, then you will look very different from others. I was like, damn, for real? And I started paying attention. Like, wow. And the confirmation came when I watched that movie, Uncle Tom's Cabin. It's wild. Okay, so I'm from Atlanta. And I was raised in all parts of Atlanta. And the one part that I definitely remember being raised in is a place called Cascade. Okay? And in Atlanta, Cascade is an area where it is occupied by blacks. Okay, but these blacks, they are They don't come in the hood. They're never seen around projects. Um, they have their own route. They've created their own route, and they created their own route away from their own kind. And in doing so, that means that, let's say, um, a business owner lived in Cascade, okay, but his business was on the edge of the city, right around the edge of the city. Let's call it West End, okay? Black business, West End. Keep this in mind. In this area, the demographics is black. Let's say 98% black, okay? The black business owner sits inside of the West End, setting up shop, accepting currency from blacks, his own kind. Now, he has rules, he has laws, and he also probably 9 times out of 10 pays white people to protect his business. Okay? So meaning, if he does not make money, then his businesses no longer exist from this white world. Why? It's because he don't own the resources. It's because he go through some other venue to collect his resources. Wow. And pays a penalty for doing so. Tax. Is this shit starting to look clear to you? I mean, seriously. Okay, so black person walks into his business and he charges the black person, and that black person has to pay tax. He got to pay tax, and both don't even eat at the same table. Don't know each other. Probably afterwards, the customer now, not black, customer, walks out the door, and that's the end of that. Expect another one. Okay? Now, the currency that is being used from hand to hand, there's a moment. There's a moment that we never pay attention to as we are swiping, but the old school is now from hand to hand. See, it's a reason why those faces are on that piece of paper. It's a reason because of that. And those faces, at one point, from hand to hand, oh Lord, that small time, that small hinting of that time of exchange, it takes so much of your fucking soul. Once again, we're talking about soul. It takes a large chunk of your soul. For what purpose does this happens? Well, currency is a current. It is a form of energy. And when two people who are knowledgeable of the system, all of a sudden they fall in line inside the currency, in the current. Okay, I've explained a lot right now. And my message basically is, if black people want to really change the world, especially black women, really want to change the world, I mean, really want to be positive, because we're going to have to weed out the forsakers, because these people are dangerous to the planet. They're not dangerous to us as humans and stuff and earthlings, they're not. They're dangerous to the planet. And what's even more fucked up is they don't even know it. They're not even aware of it. If they're oblivious because whatever the fruit, the artificial fruit is reaped, that's what they live off of. And they for some reason think it's a generational thing. But that shit carries over to the next generation and then the next generation. And it does not get no better. It gets worse until this motherfucker is depleted, tapped the fuck out. You can't do nothing else with diamonds, nigga. You can't do nothing else with gold. You can't do nothing else with silver, zinc, copper, platinum, nigga. You can't do nothing else with none of this shit. All what already you have done. It's a done wrap. Now, if you don't put it back, we got problems. And we've been having problems ever since I've been seeing niggas wearing diamonds, gold, silver, going platinum. It's been more problems. It's been more fucking problems. Every time some of that shit is just picked up, dug up, more problems. When there's a, let me give you one fucking good reason why you shouldn't dig gold up. One good fucking reason why. And motherfuckers know this. If you have found gold in the dirt, that is a enrichener. It belongs there. That's why it don't burn as easy or tarnish. But when you get it and receive it in that state, you can see that it has a lot of grooves, nooks and crannies. That mean it moves. Duh. I mean, really. But the point is, it's an enrichener for fruit, for vegetables, for all the things that grows from this planet. I mean, and diamonds, nigga. I think diamonds is a fucking safety switch for something. Because whatever died to create those diamonds, diamonds die in coal. Coal ain't nothing but old bones. That's it. It's old bones. It separates everything, all the elements separates from it, dries out without the sun, and it becomes coal. And coal obviously turns into some beautiful ass crystal that never really seeks the light and ain't supposed to be seeking the light. I am the messenger. That's all. Maybe I'll come back with something else, but black people, you gotta put your guns down. Throw them shits the fuck away. Please. Black people, put guns down. Do not fascinate yourself over this bullshit. Do you really understand that this is a killing mechanism? If you have joined the military or the motherfucking police, if you are the policeman, listen, pick up a hammer, a real hammer. Pick up some shit and go seek people who need help. You're supposed to be going out to seek people who you can help. That's how you stop crime. You do not create crime and keep creating crime to catch criminals. You are the criminal. You got the gun. Now, if you put them shits the fuck down, nigga, we have something totally different that everybody could live off of in a peaceful way. What the fuck ever happened to house parties and street parties and just motherfucking big ass celebrations? What happened to this shit? I see that COVID, they have pulled some bullshit called COVID, like as in covert, dummy. So people can't join together and black people can't join together. Now everybody's suspicious. They buying guns and shit. And why the fuck are these people giving them license without fucking teaching, without no fucking lessons, without some type of trial? My whole point for doing this video is going to be the last point. The fact that you could go to a driver's license place and have to jump in a car and fucking demonstrate that you know how to operate the car. And this car could be saving lives by helping you save time. Ain't nothing. Anybody can drive. Anybody fucking can drive if they want to. Anybody can operate because one thing you're going to be thinking of is you do not want to crash and hit somebody because you don't want to hurt nobody. But you want to give people license to shit that is only meant for one fucking thing. And that's killing. What the fuck is going on? I don't get it. This is some bullshit. It's some real bullshit. This ain't no goddamn conspiracy. This is fucking facts. Black people, all black people, people of melanin skin, put them motherfucking guns down. Who the fuck do you think you are? You don't need that much power. If you have a gun, I don't give a fuck what your job is. If it's securing some shit, I don't give a fuck. You work for the goddamn, you're a messenger for the money truck, I don't give a fuck. Okay? Put your fucking guns down. Everybody, put them shits down. White people, you can keep your guns. I don't give a fuck. You can use them all you want to. This is the deal. This tells what is evil and what is not, and what needs to be eliminated off this motherfucking planet, and what stays. Because violence in any form, shape, or fashion does not motherfucking bring peace. You can't bring a peace to a peace rally, motherfucker. That don't make a peace rally.